Hello, everyone, and welcome to this presentation on DBArtisan with the Oracle Cloud. I'm your host, Anil Mahadev. So, without further ado, let's begin. One of the first and foremost things is as more and more people have become cloud centric these days, it's vital for you folks to keep up your skills and also be able to learn how each of our products are being supported in that nature. So what I have is I'm going to walk you through a couple of steps that you will need in order to get this running. So I'll be sharing a couple of browser windows and getting started steps. First and foremost is we'll go on to the otn.oracle.com site. This is where you can actually go in and find out what you need to get started with. First and foremost is we would need the Oracle database client. So once you've logged into your Oracle account, you can click on database downloads. And here you can actually go ahead and click on the database enterprise and standard editions. Then scroll down all the way to the bottom and you can find the Oracle database 21C. And from here, you have the option, depending upon your operating system, since DBArtisan is a Windows-only software, we'll go ahead and click on this See All option. Then from here, you can go scroll down and choose the 64-bit client home or client package. Either one will do. Then you will go ahead and extract it and install it in your path. Once that is done, you will go ahead and reboot your machine. And to make sure that you have SQL Plus working, I'm just going to go ahead and open a command prompt and type in SQL Plus. And it gives me the option here to go ahead and log in. So that will indicate that you have SQL Plus working for you. Next, what I'll do is I'll show you how you can go ahead and sign up for an Oracle Cloud account. So here I'll go ahead and open up a in private window. And then here, I'll go ahead and type in cloud.oracle.com. And this should bring you to the home page where you can actually go ahead and learn about how you can sign up. So here, if you go and see, there's an option here that says sign into Oracle Cloud, but if you're not an Oracle customer yet, you will choose the sign up option here. And this is where you can go ahead and put in all of your information. I've already gone ahead and done so in advance for this webinar. But here's a couple of important tips I wanted to share with you is that they offer the autonomous database, which is what we're going to be taking a look today. Always free essential services. Basically, you get an Oracle database, fully licensed, all running in the cloud for free, up to 20 gigs of storage, which is more than sufficient for if you're planning on learning the Oracle database, or if you're planning on working with some of your applications that do not require that much of data space. Then, of course, you also have, as part of the free trial, the $300 credit for about 30 days. You can access all of these other services. So now that I've signed up, what I can do is I can actually go back to the area where I can have my Oracle Autonomous Database running. So what you would do is once you have signed up, then you would go into the Oracle database. Then here you can go click under Autonomous Transaction Processing, and you can pick the Autonomous Database. You're granted 2 free databases as part of this. So you can go ahead and create an Autonomous Database. And here I would like to choose Transaction Processing. So if you're building a data warehouse, you can go ahead and do so. If you're doing a transaction processing, you can go ahead and do that. I'm going to stick with this. And this is where you would actually go ahead and choose a compartment. And there's plenty of videos out there that teach you how to do this. And our goal is to just show you how we can connect with DBArtisan and work with the user interface today. Next, what we can do is I can just call it as DBArtisan as the name. And here I'll just give I'll just call the database DBArtDB. Next, what I'll do is I can choose between a shared infrastructure or dedicated. Now, dedicated infrastructure would mean that you would have to have much more OCPUs and all that. And here you can see have this in a dedicated mode, so you're not sharing in other people's infrastructure, you're running in your own tenant. But for this example, I'll just choose this because I can get the always free option here. And you can choose between Oracle 19C or 21C. I'm just going to choose 21C here. But note, it cannot be upgraded to paid instances, so keep that in mind. So if you're planning on upgrading to a paid instance, you can have to choose 19C. So that will give you the option to upgrade to a paid instance. Next, what we can do is we can provide, there's a default username, and here you can see it's giving you one OCPU, and then the storage of 20 gigabytes. Next, you can choose is a password. So I'm going to go ahead and give it a password here. Next, you can choose whether you want to securely access it from anywhere, or you can just add a secure access point from within specified IPs and within the Oracle Cloud itself. Or you can just, if you're in a paid option, you have the private endpoint access here. So I'll stick with the defaults. Next, it does come with its own Oracle database license, so you don't have to worry about licensing. Or if you're having a paid subscription and then you want to bring in your on-prem database software licenses, you can do so if you're wanting to run it in a dedicated mode as well, or if you want to have it in a paid option. Next, we can specify an email to which you would like to have to be contacted of any info. Next, with the encryption option, I would suggest sticking with the defaults. For the maintenance, if you would like to have regular, it is always being patched. So again, it's always early patching is not available on the always free one, but that's something that you will need to decide based on your organization's needs. Next, we can add a tag. We can add a freeform tag, or we can just use an Oracle tag. And here I'll just say created by Anil. And then after that, I can go ahead and hit create autonomous database. I'm not going to do that because I need this database for something else. I'll go ahead and show you again, once that is launched and created, you can go back under the hamburger menu, choose the Oracle database and click on the autonomous database. Now what I'll do is here I already have a database here, and what I can do is I can do a couple of things. One is, since we need to connect to DBArtisan, we would need the database connection details. So what you'll have to do is just like how you would set up an on-prem TNS names files and SQL net everything. Once you've installed your SQL client, what you'll do is you'll come here and you'll download this wallet. Now this wallet will ask you for a password. I've already gone ahead and downloaded my wallet. Once you have downloaded it, it gives you all the connection strings here, everything. And once you have done that, then you can go into your where you've installed the Oracle client. I've installed it in C app, client Anil M product 21 client, network, admin is where I have put in all of this wallet information. So I've unzipped it and I've just copied and pasted. You will be prompted to override the SQL net file. That's totally fine. And you can just paste it here. And to make sure that it's working, we can do a TNS ping from here. I'm just going to do a TNS ping for one of the service names. And there you go. So there was the result set. Everything's good. Next, what I can do is I can make sure I can go into DBArtisan. And here I've already gone ahead and pulled up all of this in addition to as we're doing the demo here. You'll click on edit, and this is where you will actually provide with the TNS names alias, and you can see from the dropdown, it picked it up from my Oracle client. Next, what you can do is you can provide the username and password, make sure it's connected here. Excellent. And then we can just go ahead and hit finish. Next, what I'll do is I'll go ahead and choose connect. And there you go. You are connected to the Oracle Cloud Autonomous Database in DBArtisan. That was so easy. So now what you can do is I'll give you a couple of troubleshooting tips once I'm done with the presentation. So here you can see we have the Oracle Enterprise Edition, any patch updates. Now, mind you, this is a managed service, so you will not get full administrative access to this database. This is very much, I wanted to stress from the very beginning, so that if you were to go back and ask our support team asking, well, this is not working, that is not working with the OCI, that's because OCI is a managed database service. So Oracle controls the majority of all the underlying thing. But if you would like your own dedicated database where you can actually go ahead and do that, there is an option here in the Oracle cloud offering called the database system. So here you can go under Oracle database, and then here you can go ahead and choose the base VM here. So here you can choose one of these, and this will grant you access to a DB system. So that's how you would go ahead and accomplish as you would do it on-prem. Next, let's take a look at some of the schemas. So here, if I go under schema, expand the table, and here under the table owner, I give this, I go to my shipping info, and then I right click and I do a select star from. It should return me all the rows here. There you go. So we got that. Next, if I wanted to return a little bit of a higher data set, there you go. It feels as if you're connected on-prem. So the flexibility of the cloud is really, really awesome. And we're here at IDERA, we thrive ourselves in terms of providing you the latest and greatest options here. Now here you can see also that if you want to open this, you can actually go ahead and open how this is being applied. So here, for example, if I were to go ahead and look at the properties of this particular table, you can see that it'll display this here shortly. And then now you can see that we have all of the metadata being displayed here as well. Now, a couple of troubleshooting tips. In terms of working with the Oracle Cloud, sometimes what happens is that your TNS names or a file might not be accurate, or it may be malformed. So that's why you may not be able to connect to it. The other reason could be the incorrect configuration of your Oracle Home in your Windows environment, where you can just make sure that it's part of the path in front of it. And you can also look at troubleshooting the basic stuff like username, password, things of that nature. And also ports, since this is using a different port than the traditional 1521, the TNS names file should be able to pick it up. And the other option that why it may not be connecting is because either you're not in the specified IP range that you would have granted, or you might have by mistake have gone ahead and just granted it to your Oracle VCN and not through the secure anywhere option. So those are some of the most common troubleshooting tips I can provide. Does anybody have any other questions, please? Would you folks like a similar follow-up for similar cloud topics for future webinars? Can I just get a show of hands? And you will be prompted with a web survey with all of this, and I'll be more than happy to showcase this in other cloud technologies. So stick around for that, and then look forward to an email for our next webinar on this series. I'm pretty excited about this because it helps a lot of our customers and folks who are joined us on this webinar to appreciate how the flexibility of the cloud can bring about business change, as well as bring in profitability and the overall ease of managing such databases in the future. So if we do not have any questions, what I would like to do is to encourage you folks to go into our IDERA website. And here you can see that we have our products, and then here you can go into our DBArtisan. This is where we have all of our links to all of these. So you can go ahead and do that. And yeah, you can just take a look at the features, and you can request a one-on-one demo with us by clicking on Start for Free. And here you also have the option to download all of these options here. And we would highly recommend that you give us a call at this number here for any questions on either the product or the demonstration. We're more than happy to talk to you folks and your team. I see we have a question. The question is, will you be able to cover a demo on migrating on-prem database to cloud using DBArtisan? That is something that is in the pipeline. So that's a great question, and we can definitely explore that option. And we can let you know if we plan on doing a webinar on that. All right. I would like to thank you all for your attention today, and I hope you have a great rest of your week. Goodbye.